Oh, right, I forgot it's very quiet in this section.
Sometimes a lack of music is eerily heavy in a video game.
No,
That is true.
Don't want to abandon it because I walk forward and I'm going to end up getting that one. So.
Also, hi chat, or
Hello.
whoever's watching.
Hello.
I'm back from vacation.
Was it a good vacation?
It was a great vacation.
Oh god, it's the Ballantiers.
It's a moon.
Hey, Courage.
What you doing?
Hey, Gurge. It's more
Hi,
Final
Gurge.
Fantasy 13.
Yep.
I was talking to Sarah. Just telling her that
We're saving the people on the moon, I think.
Basically.
Okay.
Goodbye, Moonman. What?
For a minute, I thought he was trying to get Neil to fist bump him.
It really is Final Fantasy of cutscenes.
I mean, aren't most Final Fantasy games?
Nah. I feel like the PS1 ones weren't as much, and the SNES ones definitely not.
I mean, 7 had quite a bit, and 8, and 9.
They still felt more gameplay than cutscene.
This place was beautiful, and my focus was to destroy it.
This place was beautiful once.
And wait to become safe.
Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room.
Others got dragged
A rubber
into
room.
this
That room was full of rats. Rats make me crazy.
I learned a different version of that from my cousin down in Jersey, in fact.
nightmare. This is great.
Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a hole. I died in that hole. Then the worms came. Worms? They drive me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a hole. I died in that hole. Then the worms came. Worms? They drive me
I
crazy.
don't mind. I mean, I
Yep.
really hate
There's
the-
also a extended version that I saw.
Not at all. Don't worry. I could sit here for hours.
We were actually in Jersey today. We were deep into North Jersey.
Yeah, we went up to the Turtleback Zoo.
Yep, in
And you
Essex.
didn't even come say hi.
To be fair, we assumed you two were still hanging out.
I came back. That is true, because my train got severely delayed
Chasing after someone.
due
Yes.
to heat, and also the engine kind of exploding a little bit.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
But I just...
we went into Essex County to the Turtleback Zoo, and then from there we went to.
Oh, you guys went to Turtleback. Nice.
Yep.
Yep, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I even have...
Turtleback is great.
Yeah. The Red Panda sadly was on vacation, but we enjoyed plenty of the other critters.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
funny.
the
Like
Red Panda was on vacation last time we went there too.
yeah, like we went by there, and like we went past the Red Panda enclosure a couple of times, and finally, like one of the zoo people was like, "Yeah, it's too hot out for the Red Panda, so they're currently like napping in a refrigerator."
Yeah, but the Hornbill seems to be
Yeah.
enjoying this enclosure.
Good question.
The maned wolf was cool because you don't see those often in zoos. Like
Yeah.
when I looked at the
Yeah,
sign, I
Red
thought,
Wolf was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to keep something at a distance.
I took some pictures when I went last time.
Like what?
We were just
I
excited
went with
because...
my
yeah.
grandparents.
Okay. Yeah, we were excited because finally we got some nice photos of snow leopards.
Yeah, what? Every single zoo we've been to in this part of the world, whenever there has been snow leopards, which are great animals, we love them, and they're one of Courage's favorites too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna get a picture of the snow leopard, and it's positioned in such a way in the enclosure, and they, the,
It's impossible to get a picture.
so today we got like a ton of pictures because they were like out wandering around, they
Yep.
were posing,
Yep, one was actually tackling the other.
Yep.
Shutting them out of your life only hurts them more.
and then after we got done there, we went to Hackensack to go to White Manna, which is one of the coolest burger places I've ever been to.
I think
It does sliders kind of in the style of White Castle, but we're driving, and the place is the size of, like, no one's going to know what the hell I'm talking about, like, of a Scooter's coffee. You're looking at a fucking shoebox
I say.
that's kind of designed in that, like, 1950s diner style.
You'll know what to
You
say.
go in, and there's, like, a mob of people 2 waitresses, one very serious-looking man at the flat top, and you're like, what the fuck do I do? And eventually the guy at the flat top is like, you're next. I'd like 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and a drink. No, do you want cheese on your burgers? Yes. Do you want onions? Yes. Good. Get you in a minute. Fries and drinks are another department. And like he's very serious and about it, but he's also very funny because like we're like, do we want it for here to go or to go? You've come to see the circus. You may as well stay around. You know what? I like the cut of your jib, burger guy. And like they were genuinely really good tasting burgers.
Yeah, and well priced too.
Yeah.
You do not question the burger guy.
Yeah,
No?
you do not. Once you figure out how it works, it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Talk to you for the burgers, sit down. When the food's coming out, they'll get you fries and drinks if you want them.
Yep.
I'd argue that this was Star's first proper trip into Jersey, because, like, she's been into Sussex County before.
Yeah, and I went up to Newark to get you that time.
Yeah. Sussex is not very much like Jersey. Like, there's Sussex and then there's the rest of Jersey.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Like, we drove close to Newark.
Yeah, like, we did a giant loop, like, coming from here, down into Sussex, down to Essex County, go to the zoo, loop around to, like, Hackensack, looping back up to Wama,
Yep.
and then from there, like, towards Monroe, New York, and then hanging west to get back here.
Yep.
Actually, we ended up going into Pennsylvania for a bit just to be like, you know what, let's hit all 3 states today, because we fucking can.
You went to Spotsylvania?
But yeah, we went all over, it was a good day.
Yeah. We actually passed Lyndhurst where medieval times would have been. Which
Yeah.
is
We're like, oh, that's where it is.
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly where it is.
Takes us like an hour and a half to get to that part of Jersey, but
yeah.
it wasn't the worst ride I've ever had.
No. Luckily we went early enough so traffic wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Sussex County is basically all farms, and then you leave Sussex County and it's like, oh, this looks like the Jersey I remember visiting as a kid. Granted, I tended to visit more of South Jersey, but... Orobon.
See, it's just another version of the Sahajin.
I think...
Use the what's it called? The that thing that Goku does, the Spirit Bomb.
Use the Makanko Sapo! You never taught me that. Use it!
You know I don't really exist, right?
Ah, crap baskets. But yeah, like, whenever we're going around places here, and, like, in... Nail gun! Whenever we're going around places like here, and in Jersey, and in Pennsylvania, we're always thinking, like, would my sister and her family like seeing these? Would my parents like seeing these? And, like, the zoo, we're like, yeah, everybody would like the zoo. It's the zoo, come on.
Yeah.
We go to White Nana, and it's like, my sister and her family would hate this. My parents would probably hate this. Courage would fucking love it.
Yeah.
Apparently the burger record at white mana. I heard the guy talking.
33 or something like that.
Yeah, if you get 33 burgers, you win the record.
Yep. It's like you eat 32 burgers, you get the other one for free.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a way to die, but
Yeah.
nice.
33 in a row, yes. White mana sounds like... Dude!
Joey Chestnut, I summon you.
What Pokemon you think everybody would have in this game?
In, Snow and Ursaring.
I was thinking Pangoro. Oh my... Surge, it's not a Nazi place. What the hell is wrong with you? With a total of 37. Like, between the two of us we had 6, and
Yeah.
like, that was good enough for a solid meal.
Yeah. And then we went to Riverside and got ice cream afterwards, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 2 burgers today, but they were like full-size burgers. I started this week off with a burger, and I ended the. I started last week with a burger, and I ended this, and I start this week with a burger. Double burger.
Easy.
And it's funny, because, like, again, what we almost missed white mana because it's tiny.
Yeah.
But, like, you're driving down the street and it's like, oh, we passed a White Castle, we passed a McDonald's. There's white mana. Go past the white mana, there's the Burger King. It's like, one of these restaurants is clearly better than the others, and it just doesn't look it.
Yep. One of these things is not like the other.
One of these things just isn't the same.
Also, we passed a lot of Wawas.
Wawa is incredibly common.
Out of my way!
It is in Jersey, it's less so up here.
Yeah.
Like, there's a particular band of states where you will see Wawa. Ooh, Red Bull sounds good.
Easy.
Like we were well into Sussex County before we hit any Wawas, and I'm like, there one is. We're not fucking stopping there because we've got other crap to do.
Yeah, honestly, there's no reason to go to a Wawa unless you desperately want a sandwich and there's no Subway around.
See, the thing is, like, and Arcane Griffin can confirm this. Wawa was the hangout in Williamsburg back in our day. Like, you're working on a paper, you need something to eat, the only thing still open in Williamsburg was the damn Wawa. In fact, at least once, I went out and, like, she's working on a project, and she's like, I'm hungry. Could someone please get me food? I'm like, yeah, sure, fuck it, I'm still up, why not? So, like, I end up getting her a thing of mac and cheese from Wawa and delivering it to Swim Library or something.
I wish I could work in a library. Unfortunately, the library near me barely hires.
Libraries are a surprisingly competitive industry. Like, I know people with degrees in library science who can't get jobs at libraries.
There's a degree for that?
Oh, absolutely.
I did not know it was a thing.
Yeah, and, like, it's all about, like, data organization and being able to retrieve data.
Oh. That makes more sense.
Yeah, it's for research aspects, essentially. It's...
I would like to work there as the guy who puts shit on shelves. I would absolutely just do that.
Granted, I did know someone who only had a high school degree who worked at a library for a while.
See? Just mine doesn't hire because they have so many volunteers.
Well, I'll just have to fix that. Where's my baseball bat?
You didn't bring one.
Wide open.
I've got some you can borrow.
Now, gather the Dragon Balls. We're wishing for a baseball bat.
Does the Namekians even know what baseball is?
I'm about to base your balls!
Stream?
I mean, if the characters in One Piece know what a baseball is, I would assume the characters in Dragon Ball know what a baseball is.
Yamcha does.
Yeah, because he plays baseball.
And actually, there was an episode of Super, not that I've watched Super ever, but I know there was an episode of Super where, like, it was an interdimensional baseball game.
That
And
is the thing that happened.
Yamcha was the star
was one of the-
player.
It was one of the filler episodes.
Yeah. It's funny that I like the humans more than I like the Saiyans.
Krillin is a better character than Goku sometimes, and I will stand by that.
Like, we were even thinking the other week, I think, about, like, how they could have improved GT. And our idea was it could have been a story between Pan, Trunks, and Krillin.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like, Krillin is the old, experienced hand. Pan is like the hot-blooded one. Trunks is kind of the smart guy.
Yeah, and then maybe you have Bola as, like, reconnaissance. Like,
Yeah. Well, like, they
Turn
should've-
Krillin directly into Master Roshi.
Kind of, yeah. Like, go all in on making it about, okay, we're having the next generation of heroes do the thing, as opposed to making everything, I know Goku sells, but there's only so much of, everybody gets beaten up, and then Goku saves the everything I can stand.
Agreed. There's only so much everything a man can stand.
Wolfang Fist! Make buggos. That's a lot of Curse of Dragon.
Hey,
Yamcha got his ass beat by Vegeta, who proceeded to steal his girl.
No, technically, Yamcha never fought Vegeta.
Think you're gonna
Yeah.
stop here today?
He was the one scrub who got wasted by a Cyberman!
Still, he had so much potential, and then he got regulated to the comedy relief.
During the beginning of Z, Krillin was actually technically stronger than Roshi. So Krillin is much stronger than Roshi now.
how's Sarah?
Same as we left her.
How's Sarah? She's dead.
she's Crystal. Oh my
Beth?
god, we're back in Dandelion.
Oh god, no.
Feels
My lady?
so far away.
My lady.
My lady.
My lady.
My lady.
Sarah says she
I'm
wants
going to pretend I understand that.
Well, V should be angry and not understand why right now.
to skip the lectures.
Ah, I see.
Dandelion is
Hey!
one of the,
What's your plan? You're getting married, right?
What's that?
Sarah wants to know.
It's one of the games that exists.
it's one of the worst games we've ever streamed or LP'd.
Yeah.
Are you?
Ah,
Don't
bad, like, bad writing or bad in general?
Don't worry.
The writing was not great for a lot of reasons. The
Yeah.
game had trouble running, and Star had to jump through a lot of hoops to get it to run after
Yeah.
she bought the fucking thing.
Yep.
Don't go there. No room.
And the game, it's a visual novel, but good god, mechanistically what she wound up having to do to make it
So
streamable,
stay strong.
to make this dating sim streamable. Go, in her spare time, go through the boring gameplay parts, which are long,
Yeah. and no real direction to take it.
Yep. Get to the part where, like, oh, the plot's happening, drop a save point here. Keep going. And so basically when the stream came, load up the save point where plot is happening, load up the next save point where the plot is happening, load up the next save point where the plot is happening, load up the next save point where the plot is happening, and it still took up, like, the entire stream time.
Yep.
That game is a slog.
Yeah. And I had to do that 5 times, because there's 5 routes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's... yeah, not... like... like, what?
I honestly, nope, not even going to attempt to watch it.
V was with us for some of those streams.
Yeah, they got to voice one of the characters.
They got
That
to
is the only redeeming quality that I've heard so far.
They got to meep a lot.
Yep.
Meeping is good.
My lady.
I assume that's a whole thing.
Yeah, basically there was one character that looks pretty much like Sephiroth with bunny ears. He was probably one of the better romance options. The problem was that every other line from him was "my lady."
My lady. My lady.
Oh God.
We get through there, and we'll be in Abba.
You're almost home.
Yep.
Everything about this game sounds like pain.
Also, we kept making the joke that Steele and Carl were in the background of every freaking shot.
Honestly.
That's because there were 2 NPCs who looked like Carl and Steele, and we're always happy when Carl shows up anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, any game that Carl is in is immediately a good game.
Yep.
Like this one, except Carl died.
I mean, Carl dies in Bloodstained as well.
That was amazing. We're playing through the game and suddenly it's like, oh, wait, Carl's been evil this whole time? And like, we even sent a picture of that character to Carl and she's like, my boobs aren't that big. Like, that was verbatim her response.
Don't worry, we just have to recreate Boobs McCarl.
That was the name of our player character in our first run of Hatful, I think.
Our second run.
Second run of Hatful.
Our first one was like Beaks McWacky.
Yeah, and then we did Boobs McCarl, and then we settled on Boobs McButter.
Yep.
Chonk McChonky was amazing in the Lemon Light one stream they did.
Yeah. Vanetta, get out, you bitch.
I'm tempted. I haven't talked to Jay in a really long time because I'm pretty sure Jay has better things to do.
Yeah.
I know he's been busy with college and other things.
Yeah, Jay has been really, really busy.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably why there hasn't been too much Lemon Light updates yet.
I know they're working on stuff behind the scenes, and we're looking forward to it.
Yep. I think we're like one of the few people that are like excited for the Grizz song package.
Mm-hmm.
Us and Kikyo, I think.
See, I don't know anything because, like, everything got a little too, hectic and I just kind of left the server, so...
Okay.
I can always rejoin.
Yeah, right now it's been pretty dead.
Yeah, mostly because Jay has been so busy.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the Lemon Lighters have been.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I've even kept up with Cello's coffee talk dub.
I should watch that. Cello's good people.
Yeah. Even if she stole Boucheron's sandwich.
So there's a character in Fire Emblem Engage, and she's one of the first characters you friggin' get.
Yep.
She pops up on screen. Star and I just look at each other. Is that fucking Cello? I think that's fucking Cello. And so we're going through this game, and the character is one of the archers, and like, the thing about Fire Emblem Engage is the characters have like the the personality depth of, like, a goldfish.
Yeah, they're pretty one-note characters.
But-
and in
but-
Jello's case, she likes to be buff.
Yeah, she likes to work out. So there's this one character who is just naturally big.
Yeah.
And if you, as you make characters work together, they have little cutscenes. So Cello's character is like, what is the secret to your bigosity? How are you so buff? I don't know, I'm just buff. I will observe you. And so, like, in their second cutscene, this guy's like, it's time to have my nice lunch. Aha! What? I see what you're doing. You have a sandwich. There are secret ingredients, or there's magic in it. There must be some secret to it. Yoink. I don't know. Hey, give me back my sandwich. And we're like, did Cello just steal his sandwich? Cello's a bitch in this game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lantern, I am hearing like every other word you're saying. So I'm getting a very limited amount of knowledge of what's happening.
The character who looks like Cello stole another character's sandwich.
I see. Was the sandwich good?
It did not hold the secret to being buff.
I see. That's a shame.
And like, I think I made a point of like sending a picture of that character and being like, Cello, you're in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I think I said that.
Yeah.
And I think her husband was like, a little bit more buff, but yeah, I can see it.
We haven't had the heart to tell them that Cello's a sandwich stealer in that game.
Yeah. To be fair, that was before we knew about the sandwich stealing.
Yep. Okay, so it's a Discord issue, of course it fucking is.
What else is new?
Yeah. That or these earbuds really are just terrible, and I should probably invest in higher quality ones.
Be ready for the next fight.
Even though these are brand new and have never caused me trouble. Like, this brand has never caused me trouble.
Oh
Because
no!
I get the same pair of earbuds every single time.
That thing is a fist. Hello, Fisty.
Misty McFisterson?
Fisty McFisterson.
Time to
That's
fight
what
the
I'm gonna name my
Munchkins.
character from Marshalls.
I'll allow it.
As funny as that would be, I do not have a reason to name it Misty McFisterson.
Yeah.
He's a dwarf of the McFisterson clan, of the...
I mean, I am a wild magic barbarian.
Yep.
I guess it would kind of make sense. In a weird way.
He is Fisty, son of Fister.
Either that or he
And
becomes
he
one
is
of the...
the absolute biggest asshole you will ever meet. He is the worst person.
So he's related to Von Strang.
He might be Von Strang in disguise.
Wait.
I don't know.
Blackjack.
I intentionally made him look like a douchebag.
See, you say Fisty McFisterson's the worst person, but you haven't met Surat's character.
Yeah, you haven't met Stamps yet.
See, I like Surat's character as a concept. I have yet to meet them. I'm sure we'll get along.
Yeah, Surat's character and one of Raven's characters. I have this concept. I was wondering if you'd let me go with it. I will allow it on the grounds that it will annoy literally everybody.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
PM Stamps at your service. No request too small, no request too big. My satisfaction is guaranteed.
I can hear Raven screaming.
Raven has met Stamps, because Stamps showed up in the session of Smalls.
Yep. Yuki managed to get him caught by using Dimension Door in front of him.
That makes sense.
Sir, your
Send
face
him
is
back
very
from whence he came.
How does that thing eat?
Watch that.
Through the butthole.
I may have been thinking it. Because, you know, the dragon thingy has 2 mouths. Maybe this one does.
And there's Courage.
Yep. It's like everybody had the same brain cell for a minute there.
Yep. Everything comes down to food, from the top of your head to the bottom of your shoe.
You asked for it.
Do you have a hemorrhoid or is it rectal cancer? When you flush that dookie down, you flush away the answer.
Gotta win this.
Have to win anything.
Oh, yeah.
Get that.
I wasn't even the one playing, and that was... like, I needed him to leave after that. Deadpool. Of all the games we've played, it's one of them.
There's a reason that Raven's doing it after dark.
I think that was mainly for the, you know, Deadpooliness, but...
Yeah.
My stomach's
Yeah, Deadpool is Deadpool is Deadpool.
Deadpool is 2/3 of a good game.
Welcome to Tajin's Tower.
Home of the Whopper.
The Taj Mahal.
Sure, we'll go with that.
We are being raided.
Oh,
Oh,
neat.
I'm not.
Neko Queen and other raiders. Thank you for raiding.
Beat them.
Yes.
Welcome.
Could it?
Welcome, we're playing Final Fantasy XIII.
At
That's a big-ass statue. It's gonna come to life and hit us.
At the controls is StarPrincessHLC. I'm JK Lantern, and that over there is Yowza.
Here draws the tyrant's
Whoa,
place. Leave this place at
I'm
once.
here for some reason.
We can't leave. This is the only way for us to get through. Please, help us.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Our only hope.
See,
As you wish. Look for us, and the way will open.
those look a little like Ifrit, or a little bit like Griever from FF8. Oh god.
You tiny.
Wasn't this a dungeon in Twilight Princess?
it looks similar.
That was easy enough.
You never know. Could be a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap!
Don't see no stairs though.
Admiral Akbar.
You're supposed to be dead.
This is our ride.
Admiral Akbaros! Your tongues can't repel flavor of this magnitude!
That was a Star Wars cereal.
Ready when you
It was a Robot Chicken sketch, because they love their Star Wars.
Makes sense.
Granted, it's one from like 15 years ago, but...
Makes sense.
Robot Chimpkin.
Chimkin.
Chimpkin.
You, get in my pocket. Chipped fangs.
Hey, no, down.
Give me my
Bad
raft,
dog.
damn it. Give me my raft, damn it.
Call them floors. You don't have to be fancy and call them tiers. Call them floors. Not being so fancy.
Oh, the musical elevator.
Huh.
Honestly, that's one of the better details in this game.
I feel like it should be playing the girl from Itamina.
Did you see something?
No, it's gonna be playing Gitchy Gitchy Goo.
Gitchy Goo means that I love you. Gitchy Goo is a good song.
It is. Even if people look at you funny when you're singing it.
What's that?
Gitchy Goo means that I love you. Gitchy Goo means that I love you. Gitchy Goo means that I love you, baby. 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 Gitchy Goo means that I love you.
Where has that thing been?
It's been floating all over the sky.
What's this? Some kind of trap.
Sky demons.
Also, funnily enough, that thing is called Dahaka.
Dahuka.
Doesn't matter to you guys, but Sarat at least will know what I'm talking about.
See, Sarat and I are sharing a brain cell.
Why don't we go take a look?
It's in a book, Reading Rainbow.
It's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Okay, so these guys are giving us side quests now. But except these ones are to actually pass.
Mandatory side quests.
And they're not side quests.
But I wanted a peanut.
You know, it would
If
suck.
the,
It would suck
if
if
the side quest is mandatory, is it still a side quest?
Yeah, true.
It would suck if another game we eventually LP'd did something like that.
Yeah. But now the name Dahaka
Is that,
was one of the characters.
are you talking
in...
about Balin?
I am not
Does
talking
Balin
about
do that?
Balin. I'm talking about a project we may do in the future with Sarat.
Yeah. But yeah, when I mean Dahaka, I mean Prince of Persia.
I've heard Prince of Persia is okay.
I mean, I did an LP of the 3 games. I still have to go back to the 4th.
I need to send Courage the Coach Gowron thing at some point. I'm pretty sure one of Courage's favorite gifs ever is the gif of Gowron just going, "Glory to you and your house." Courage is quite possibly a Klingon.
I thought he was a Viking.
Glory to you and your... Klingons are basically space Vikings. Yeah, I remember getting in a conversation with a former coworker, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, what happens if you accidentally, like, insult a Klingon's mom? You're pretty much screwed. They're gonna kill you." And I'm like... Because, like, if you've insulted their mom and their honor, and, like, yeah, if you do that, you double down. Just, like, go all in. Either they will kill you and your problems will cease to be, or they will respect you for your cojones. Exactly. If you apologize to a Klingon, they're taking a body part with it. You may as well own it, because then they'll be like, "I like the cut of your jib."
Carve it into your soul.
Carve it into your soul.
I think they carve it into your skin.
Wow, you're gross looking. Why do you
Oh.
have tentacles for boobs?
Well, you see, when an Elder Brain and a Cthulhu love each other very much,
Open your mouth and say, "Woo!" The Klingon Empire will gladly cut your jib. I think that is Dylan Hollis' nightmare, yes.
Probably.
I still kind of want to try that cornbread recipe, but not
Yeah.
badly enough for us to
I
have picked up
think
the
Dylan
ingredients.
Hollis's nightmare is just, I forget what it's called. Lard. Lard.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I forget the word lard. That's a new one.
To be fair, how often does lard come up in conversation?
True. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to just say, hey, I have lard.
My love
yeah,
of
Lord
Will,
is
Lord
good.
has betrayed us all!
Lard is the closest thing I have to a funded noise. Nemesis.
At least it's not Dinkelberg.
No, I didn't know he was Bermudian until he mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I saw the flag, and I was like, that's not the Australian flag, but I don't know what flag that is. Like, it looks kind of similar to the British flag. Like, it's got, I mean, the Australian flag. It's got, like, the British flag in the thing.
The Union
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Probably because,
Well,
like, it was a
I'm kind
colony.
of tired. I'm very tired. I've had a long week.
Yeah, I get that.
It was a great week, but I'm tired.
Let's see. Up all the way over there. Gotcha. So I should check my 6 and see how I'm doing in terms of... Okay, I got some more stuff to put into the Crystarium.
Let's go. More Crystarium.
How?
It does look like you can eat it. I will give you that.
So, now he has a car channel,
Huh.
like, where he talks about cars.
Really?
Interesting.
Like, he does mechanic stuff.
Huh.
Nice.
Okay, I got
Yeah, and
that
he drives a vintage car.
So are you saying he's another version of Guy Fieri?
Yes, but substantially more gay.
I love that that's what you went with, because it is true.
Yeah.
Gay Fieri. But surprisingly less flamboyant. Also true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Welcome to Flavor Town. Oh god, that reminds me. We found another brand of cider that I like that we've been trying. They have a blueberry one and a black cherry one. Well worth checking out.
Oh yeah.
We also found another brewery like.
Not too far from our favorite pizza place, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the main brewery we go to like at least once a month, we can walk to from the apartment.
Yeah.
This other one we can't, but it's like basically just past where we go for groceries, so it's like
Yeah.
5-6 minutes away in a car. So we're
I see.
hoping to try that out in another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're like one of your coworkers mentioned going there, and we're like, wait, there's another brewery,
Well,
like
former
right,
coworker.
former
yeah.
coworker. You're like, there's another brewery like right here, really? I mean, currently we're in the menu, but we're kind of in space.
Yeah, sorta. This is our leveling system.
Yep. Welcome to this game.
Yeah, it's kind of like the the whatever the leveling system was named in Final Fantasy X, but also a hallway.
I'm reasonably sure Courage has never played Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, thank you, Surat, the sphere grid.
Yeah. We don't have a
Grid, it
spaceship
is
yet.
spherical.
Flat Earth. Are you still a member of the Flat Earth Society, Courage? Years ago.
I'm sorry. Hold on. What? It took me a second to process that.
Years. Years ago, Courage joined the Flat Earth Society because they had like a free new members. They had like a free members dinner annually, and Courage is like, free meal. Let's fucking go.
Honestly, that's the best usage.
We have members around the globe.
Which is funny considering they think that it's flat.
I love the videos where they try to prove like that it's like round or whatever, and then they try to prove it's flat. Like that's always just the funniest thing to me.
Would you have $2?
There was a Masonic lodge in town here. It's for sale currently. I don't think that's a good sign.
I mean, there's still a church and a synagogue for sale.
Yeah, that's true. There is a church and a synagogue for sale as well.
And now the Magic Voyage talk goes into my head.
We do have an Elks lodge
Yes.
as you're entering town. They go.
Elks are pretty good, honestly. I like the Elks.
Elks are cool.
Yeah, they're like a secret society, but actually pretty chill.
Like, I have no idea what, like the Masons I know a little bit about the origins of, not much, but, like, the Elks, I'm like, it's one of those organizations where I'm like, I want to know where they came from, but I don't care enough to actually look it up.
Has your dad ever had to investigate, like, a cult?
Probably. Actually, Dad had considered joining the Masons back in the 60s because my grandfather was a Mason, and I think my uncle currently is.
Come on stream, tell you all the secrets.
Actually, my old in-person D&D group, one of my players, for a while was big into the Masons, and then he's like, you know, mostly it was a thing I did with my dad, and he passed away, unfortunately, and, yeah. So now I'm not as into it. Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do.
We got particle accelerators.
So, on a different topic from Masons, happened. Vacation was great. I got to drink ginger beer again, finally.
Ooh, delicious.
Like, I rarely get to have ginger beer, but when I do, it is the best experience. That was on Sunday. Monday, I went to an arcade and I got the 8th highest score on the Galga machine.
Oh, badass.
Galga is my favorite classic arcade game.
You could do much worse.
Could play Galaxia, which is Galga but worse, and I will stand by that.
I'm having flashbacks to the Joust versus Balloon fight argument.
It was fun. There were like prizes, but none of them were really like great. One of the prizes was a functional microphone,
Huh.
but it plugged into the headphone slot. It wasn't USB, it plugged into where your headphones go.
Huh.
So you need like a pair of wireless to even get it to function.
Weird.
Yeah, so that was not worth the points that I spent on it. Then the next day we went mini golfing. I won by like 4 points. Like some of those holes were decently tricky for mini golf.
Huh.
Like, it wasn't one of those super gimmicky mini golfs. It was like very much here are the obstacles, go nuts.
It's been a long time since I've done mini golf.
I think I've only
You're a
done
little
it
too
once.
tall for mini golf, my friend.
I think I've only ever done mini golf once, and I wasn't very good at it.
I don't think they make clubs tall enough for you, Lantern.
Oh, they do. They do.
Oh,
Yeah. Actually, for a math class in high school, our field trip was we had to go to mini golf and work out the angles that you would potentially have to hit to get a hole-in-one. We still fucked
we
up.
didn't get a... I only almost got a hole-in-one once. Neither of us got a hole-in-one. I got close. What else? Alright, Wednesday, we went to the aquarium. The Baltimore Aquarium.
Oh, that's a good
Very...
one.
Yeah, it's my favorite. Plus we did the behind-the-scenes shark tour, so we were up on the catwalk above the sharks. And they also had a giant stingray named Jeremiah.
Alright.
Jeremiah was a stingray.
My dad made the exact same joke. Like the second I told him that the stingray's name was Jeremiah. Oh, I do not like that.
Can't take a hint.
You're one to talk.
That thing's face is ugly. And it is apparently made of anal beads.
I'll be damned.
See, Sarat and I were both thinking it, and we didn't say it.
Same.
Yeah.
Are they set?
Thursday, we didn't do much of anything.
Well, I guess the way is open now.
Thursday was the one day we didn't have anything, but technically speaking, the only day we had planned was Wednesday. The rest just kind of happened as we went.
Honestly, that's a good way to be.
I knew for sure I wanted to go to the aquarium while I was there.
Appreciate it.
Oh, and one of the nights we went to an Olive Garden. It was okay. I never need to go back to it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest place to go for Italian food.
Yeah, it was like, I liked it, but I have no need to ever go back there of my own free will.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's gonna take me there, fine. Yes, there are mods here.
Yep. Us, Sarat.
Yeah, I think
That's
Yao's is a
pretty much it.
mod.
Yeah.
I am, in fact, a mod. I just don't do a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I
that's
leave the modding
that's
most-
probably the Autobot mod.
Yeah, that's probably the Autobot.
You can now.
Bumblebee is our Autobot.
If I was on my computer currently, I would absolutely be like clipping that and putting it into out of context. I can't type anal bead. You can now. Anal bead.
You have your phone
Okay,
right
this one?
there.
Yeah, but I don't have
I
Twitch up
got
on
it.
it.
I got it. Just copy. I'm just gonna put the whole, like, section of that into the... I don't even know if we can put that in the close chat.
It might have to go in the Super Happy Fun room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in there. Let me just... So...
Target detected. Nothing personal.
There we go.
Yeah, I may have been thinking that part, Surratt. I'm below the robot's scrotum.
Oh no.
Oh no.
One of the
Also,
things I know from that movie.
Then Friday was medieval times,
Over here.
and for the third time of the 3 times that I've been to medieval times, I was sat in the red and yellow section 3 times in a row. 2 at the Jersey location and 1 in Maryland.
Go figure.
Every single time.
I have not seen Transformers since like the second movie, man.
Yeah, they literally just made a full gorilla.
I mean,
it doesn't even look like a machine.
I
It's
remember
just straight up a gorilla.
I remember Beast Wars existing when I was a kid. We didn't get that channel, so I only ever saw like 1 episode of it.
I loved Beast Wars as a kid.
What was the last movie we saw in theaters?
I think it was the Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
It was
Also,
the-
that movie the sequel is on an indefinite hiatus
I'm not
because of
surprised.
the several many strikes.
Yep.
I'm not surprised.
How was the Indiana Jones Courage?
Yeah, because your mom really wants to see it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so the Red and Yellow Knight did not win, the Blue Knight won.
Ah,
The Yellow Knight was our villain for the evening.
huh.
Oh, better than Crystal Skull at least. Okay.
But was it better than or worse than Temple of Doom? Is that the one?
Temple of Doom is arguably the worst one. You can make a case for Temple of Doom being the worst one. And Courage is gonna fight me on that, I can already tell you.
Holy Grail is the best one.
Like, I know people who cite Raiders as the best one, but...
Raiders
La-
has problems.
Yeah.
Last Crusade is the one where they hunt for the Grail is definitely my favorite of them.
Yeah, Holy Grail is my favorite, followed very closely by The Lost Ark. And, anything else about the vacation that I'm forgetting? Besides the food at medieval times was really good. Like, very good chicken. Gave us a whole half a dragon.
Very good.
Half of an entire chicken.
Yeah, it's true.
Plus,
Everything
you
tastes
know,
like chicken.
like,
This
Yeah,
reminds
plus-
me of a puzzle from, I think, Myst 3 or Myst 5, possibly both.
I can't say. I've only played up to 2 thus far.
Oh my. So, I don't know if Yowza can see Courage's tier list for Indiana Jones.
Rail, Ark, Temple, the new one, drinking piss.
Crystal Skull.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I haven't seen the new one yet, but I do intend to watch it at some point.
Like,
But Grail, Ark, and Temple being the top 3, I can understand that.
I kind of want it back-to-back Temple and Crystal Skull just to see which one I hate more.
About medieval times. Whoever was doing the food did a really good job on the food. The best meal I had the entire vacation, probably. Like, the potatoes were great, the corn was nice. It wasn't, like, overly charred, it was, like, the good amount of char. Soup was, I don't drink soup, so I don't know how it tasted. But V said it was good, so take their word for it. And I wasn't actually able to eat the dessert because the doctors have banned me from chocolate for an entire month. I am in so much pain.
I'm having flashbacks to when I got banned from cheese for a
I would be in
month.
actual pain. I would be in actual pain if I did eat the chocolate, so drug.
Is it something like gout related almost, or?
It's gastritis.
Oh, okay, okay.
Doctor was like, yeah, that medication you were taking, stop taking it. It is quite literally starting to destroy your stomach.
Yeah, some medications will definitely do that. If it was a...
So basically, it was meloxicam. It was one of the NSAIDs.
Okay, yeah, those will do it.
Yeah,
That's...
they were like, you gotta stop taking that, please.
That's one of the many reasons I occasionally have stomach issues.
I'm gonna go check things out.
Basically, they were like, yeah, you should stop taking this, like, right now. If you can take Tylenol, take that. Just stop taking anything like that.
You see, Tylenol is also an NSAID, but,
It's less.
yeah.
I really wish I didn't have to take it, but my entire arm is kind of fucked up right now, so...
Yeah, like, I get that. I was on the
I
prescription...
have to take something, or else I can't sleep.
For a while, I was on, like... And this wasn't even the most hardcore medication I've ever had to take. I was on, like, the industrial strength Aleve for a while, and I was basically doing that daily. Yeah, that's not good for, like...
Yeah.
Anything
Yikes.
in your body.
Yeah. Like, I think the anxiety contributed to me panicking about it a little bit, but... They were like, yeah, no, there is definitely something a little wrong here, stop taking it.
Yeah.
And start taking, like, this gastritis medication. So yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Well, at least it wasn't, like, boring a hole in my stomach.
I'm basically at the point in my lifetime of dealing with chronic pain where I'm like, I'm mostly going to tank it with my face and function, and if it's a day I can't function, I'll just eat some Aleve until I can function. This is why, like, I don't notice when, like, say, Star cuts open my hand with scissors on accident.
Yeah.
Ascending to a higher and bodiless plane. God, if I could.
What? Like, I'm such that, like...
If I could put my brain directly into a computer.
Like I have... Like, the one I bring up often is, like, I dislocated my knee and I walked it off and it was mildly inconvenient. Or, like, I dislocated my shoulder and didn't realize it for 3 days and only realized it because I popped it back in while I was rolling to turn off my alarm, and I was like, oh, that's why that arm was having trouble lifting things.
Yeah. Lantern is pain proof. Lantern is pain resistant. If he was paying proof, he would be part of the military. The government would have taken him away.
They know where to find me. I have them on speed dial.
Yes. If you could not feel pain, they would have taken you and used you at some point already, because that's how the government works.
Yeah, I mean, your dad likes to use you for bee purposes because you're immune.
We have that. Yeah, I am demonstrably immune to bees. This is true.
Works for me, considering I'm always afraid I'm allergic.
I am neutral towards bees. Wasps, on the other hand, are the worst.
Yeah.
Like, bees are very much, don't mess with them, they won't mess with you.
Yeah. Like, wasps and hornets are the ones I'm like, no.
Yeah, one got into the apartment the other day, so Star, like, ducked into the closet, I grabbed one of my Crocs, and I'm like, let's go. Come on, bitch. Don't use the gasoline to kill the wasp.
I mean, my Opa tried to use vodka to kill a bee.
Yeah, don't use gasoline to kill wasps.
Yeah,
Thank you, Hank Green.
Surat sent me that video, I haven't watched it yet, but it was because, it was in relation to something that happened at my old job a couple years ago. They were cleaning up something in one of the rooms, and, the guy in charge of the autism lab was basically like, oh, to get that off the floor, we need the proper solvent. Here, have a solo cup and just get a cup full of gasoline from the Valero next door. So, guy goes over to the Valero.
I'm not gonna question that.
Oh, you should be questioning it. Because you see...
I'm already questioning it.
Like, the reason gasoline potentially works as a solvent is it's a chain of hydrocarbons, and if something else is a chain of hydrocarbons, it's soluble. The thing is, solo cups are petroleum-based hydrocarbons as well. So my coworker got this cup of gasoline and walks back to my old job. And as he's walking back, why is it dripping? Oh shit! See, because the solo cup is made of plastic, which is again a petroleum hydrocarbon, it is in fact soluble in gasoline.
It's actively melting.
Yes, it is actively melting in his hand, so he just dumped gasoline all over the hall of this damn preschool. And like, meanwhile, I'm doing things in the kitchen, and I'm like, the hell? It smells like gas. It really smells like gas. It smells so much like gasoline, like, I can't breathe. I ended up having to, like, close the kitchen door and, like, crack open the back door to my office just to get some fresh air in. I'm like, dear God, why did someone do that? Yeah.
People are dumb.
I mean, we told you about the one coworker. Former coworker.
Molotov cocktails came up in my last D&D session. Sizoth the janitor has many valuable skills.
Why? Is one of them making Molotovs?
There are messes that need to be cleaned up in this world, and some of them are more stubborn than others. I love that the DM of that campaign, before that campaign... Oh, good night, Courage. Take it easy, bro.
Good night, Courage.
I love it.
I'll continue the madness without you.
The beginning of the Dragonlance campaign, the DM's like, do you want to be proficient in poison, kid? And I'm like, boy, do I! First session, I immediately find a use for it, and he's like, I wasn't expecting you to do that. And I'm like, well, now you've learned.
There's a reason why Lantern is banned from playing so many things.
Surratt absolutely used Thunderwave to launch someone off a cliff.
Worked better than the fireball?
It worked much better than the Firebolt.
It's a wizard time, motherfuckers! Fireball!
So Surratt is playing our party wizard. He is also a polar bear. He keeps trying to use the spell Firebolt, and he's not been having good luck with it. But like that's his standard attack cantrip. And it's just the dice gods hate him. So finally, in one session, after like several Firebolts miss, he just finally gets fed up because there's a guy now up in his face, and again, he's a bear. He just fucking rips that dude in half.
That'll work.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so awesome.
By Sir Barrington.
Yeah, the claws do as much damage as a quarterstaff.
What about bucking a quarterstaff?
Well, I'm not telling. I don't think that's a vampire game.
That would bring up a good question about the family.
I mean, there's things I could say, but that would be spoilers for other things.
Exactly.
Sizoth actually has a bite attack. The problem is, like, it's very much a strength-based attack, and because he's a rogue,
Strength secretly
strength is one of Sizoth's dump stats.
Twist Okosan is secretly a vampire.
Okasan's not a vampire. He currently believes he's a werepanda.
Yeah.
He's not. He's an idiot.
Well, I mean,
That makes sense.
I mean, to be fair, he was flying really close to them kangaroos.
when we were at the zoo today, like we're in the wallaby kangaroo exhibit. There's just a random dove in there. We're like, Okasan, what are you doing? These are the weirdest fish I've ever seen. Okasan must do his dance of greeting.
And then we saw Nageki in with the bison.
Yep. Oh, the funniest thing that happened at the zoo. The funniest thing.
Yeah.
So we're going through the zoo, and we come up to this
No.
We come up to this one exhibit. That's just a Labrador Retriever.
Yeah.
In this giant exhibit. Why is there a fucking basic ass dog?
I know where this is going.
Yep.
And so we like keep walking to get a better view, and in the corner, oh, never mind. There's a cheetah having a panic attack in the corner. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yep.
But yeah, like as we're walking over that hill, we always see is the dog, and we're like, I know there's farm animals here, but that's a little basic for a zoo. Yeah, it was absolutely the emotional support animal for the cheetah.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember seeing that last time I was there, and I'm like, huh, there's a dog in there. There's the cheetah.
Yep.
Yep.
The owl leopard was also cool because apparently there's only 40 of those left in the wild.
Yeah, and he was busy munching on a chicken.
Yeah, he had like he had like an entire chicken he was eating.
Yeah, we walked past him twice and he was still working on it.
Happiest damn leopard I've ever seen.
Yeah, although the jaguar was very entertaining.
Oh god, the jaguar had opinions.
Yeah.
He kept so there in the jaguar enclosure. There's a pond in the middle, and there's this little raft at it. And the raft had clearly done something to offend the jaguar.
Yeah.
Because he's circling the enclosure, stopping, and just like growling and attempting to swat at the raft. Again,
Simply
Turtleback Zoo.
not the rat.
It is a good zoo. If you're
Yeah.
if you're ever in North Jersey, it's worth checking out.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is. I highly recommend. Also, you can come see me if you really want to. Although, I don't know why you would.
I mean, we definitely want to do stuff with you sometime. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of figuring out a time
Yeah.
and precisely where.
Yeah.
I mean, currently I'm talking to V about maybe coming over during winter break for like a couple days.
Okay.
It's all logistics.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that.
If you logic good enough, everything makes sense.
I'm pretty sure if we figured out the train system, we could get to your neck of the woods or get you to us easily enough.
Well, I know the simplest way to do it, but the simplest way is to just go to like Newark Penn and take the light rail to the Broad Street station, and then that'll take you directly to my train station.
Okay.
It is very simple to get here. You just have to deal with trains.
I mean, we're at the tail end of the Bergen North line, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that would connect, but it probably does
yeah,
somewhere.
I'm sure it does somewhere. It might be as far as Hoboken. I couldn't tell you for sure. I know for getting to New York City, it's pretty much transfer at Hoboken.
Yeah.
Which we haven't stress test that yet, because we're like, yeah, New York City is expensive, and like we realize there's stuff we want to see there, but it's like, there's other stuff to do around the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how different, because we're upstate, but we're not that far upstate.
Yeah.
It's funny how different the rest of New York, or at least the bits I've seen of it, are from, like, New York City and, like, the immediate area of New York City.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because, like, up by us, it's like mountains, rivers, woods. We get caught behind a tractor.
Yeah.
Tractor. Vinio, can you stop moaning?
Why would
Please.
she? Why would
I know
she?
I ask that like every stream.
Yeah. Why would she do that? Clearly, everything gets her going.
I mean, we do have the anal bead pal C going on outside, apparently.
Yeah.
That is true. That is the thing that is happening.
And we couldn't help but make a certain joke when we got the chocobo and we put the Neil on the back of one.
And imagine.
She still hasn't found it was her remote.
I can definitely imagine what the joke was now. I am probably gonna go back and watch the VOD for that.
That's fair.
I was going to during the vacation, but I was distracted.
Like one is.
Look, sometimes it's kind of hard to focus with a pretty person in front of you.
It's very true.
Merp. Now getting to floor 8675309.
867. You know, some gas stations use that as like a discount code.
Huh.
I know,
Like if you're pumping your own gas and they ask you for a rewards thing, you can put in 8675309.
there are a lot of because everybody thinks of it. There are a lot of places around where like somebody has entered that as the number for like a discount thing. So if you punch it in, there's a decent chance of it like going through. Never tried it myself, but like.
But for like gas stations, you have to like put in your zip code followed by 8675309. So it works like sometimes. It only gives you like 10 cents off your gallons, but that can add up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kids outside the apartment again.
Get off my rabbit.
have you guys discovered the party bus yet?
We haven't,
Nope.
and it still annoys. It taunts me.
We don't know where it's been. Hello, you. You are shiny.
Am.
And you're adorable.
Hey. Yo.
You.
I mean, it's not like the town we live in is that exciting in the grand scheme of things, but we do enjoy it, and we enjoy finding things around.
Yep.
Still, the 4th of July fireworks were the best ones I've seen in a very long time.
Uh-huh.
Partly because they were launching them off the top of a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Do 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 do.
No, are you pulling out the... Yeah, you're pulling it out.
I can hear the ocarina duding faintly.
It's actually the music box.
Oh, you want the ocarina duding, do you?
Yes, frankly, it's fun. Jesus Christ. That does not sound good coming through the mic, or at least through my earbuds.
I mean, to be fair, Lantern doesn't know how to play it.
It doesn't sound good with me
Like-
sitting here playing it. We get a sudden stream of messages in the chat. Ow, my ears!
I mean, to be
That-
fair, I think Surat's the only one in chat right now, so... Oh, that's fine.
In call, and that just kind of hurt my ears.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Eventually he's gonna sneeze. Well, you probably are.
Cool. Yeah, we need more kitten sneezes.
I do not sneeze like a kitten.
Yes, you do.
Do not.
That's true, he'll eventually sneeze or hiccup.
It's true.
Carl and I apparently both do the hiccups, so it leads me to believe it's a union thing.
Way to go.
Okay, I gotta make my way around that way.
Ascend.
Or descend, depending.
Or send.
Ascend with Gorb. Ascend with Gorb.
Return to sender?
It's a joke that anyone who has played Hollow Knight would understand.
I've only played a little bit of Hollow Knight.
Same.
I'm bad at the game, but I
There's
acknowledge it's a good and well-designed game, and it's a beautiful looking game.
There's a character. His name is Gorb. Gorb is a worm. He wants you to ascend with him.
Ah. I think the last thing I
Be
got-
dead.
I think the last I got up to was like the Mantis Lords or something.
Gorb does not realize that he is dead. A ghost. Also, you have to fight him.
Of course.
Biggest forehead I have ever seen.
Huh.
Yeah, I was reading that on Tumblr too, where hiccups are the default, and because, like, people think evolution is this elegant process. It's not. It's very much a chewing gum and a prayer process.
Yep.
Our brain essentially has a circuitry that's like, no, shut that down, as opposed to just...
Ah, yes, this. That's why we have tailbones.
I think it'd be cool to have a tail.
That's also why we have back
It would be cool.
problems.
That is also true. We are made to walk on all fours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I occasionally go up the stairs like a quadruped.
I haven't seen you do it yet.
I
That's 'cause I'm
always
usually
go.
behind you
I
when
do
I'm
that
doing
as
it.
well. I do that as well because sometimes it's just faster.
It's
it
more
actually
comfortable
faster?
for me
I don't know.
sometimes.
Agreed. Just have. I feel like I have some kind of back issue at this point.
I mean, I'm built
Like,
out of
I
shitty
should-
parts, so...
Yes. But this rate, I'm like, I should really see a doctor about this or something. Although, everyone keeps saying that it feels more muscular than skeletal, so I might just have really tight back muscles.
It could
That's
be.
probably true.
I'm trying to fix my muscles to be stronger, but it's slow going.
It's not necessarily just a strength thing either. It could be like a tendon thing, a flexibility thing. So remember to focus on
Yeah.
flexibility as well.
Yes.
So,
I say as
been
my
at least
arm
trying to
falls
like
off.
try to walk for a mile every day at minimum. I've been trying to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful
Yeah.
phrasing, Sarat.
Walking's been helping. So, I'm gonna keep doing that. Except for today, because I just kind of needed a break from all the walking.
That's fair.
Because I spent the entirety of this week walking. Walking and holding bags. Also, buying Legos, even though I really shouldn't. Did I mention I also got a hammer?
We saw the picture of the hammer.
Yes. Hammer down and so on. But the Lego I got is a scale replica of Thor's hammer from the movies.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It is gigantic, and I'm not going to say how much money it cost.
Did you take it with you to medieval times?
I kind of wanted to, but I did not.
I may have gotten a random single battle.net this week. Which one was it? You'll have to see whenever that video goes up.
Yep.
Which will be, I don't know when.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe Tuesday, because that's
I
when
haven't
you're gonna
actually-
do it.
I haven't actually built the hammer yet because I'm using it as motivation for me to clean off the top of my dresser finally. Because that's where I want to put it.
They saved us again.
Yeah.
The anal beads are no longer anal beady.
Well, that's good.
You want to help us?
Return the slab.
Return the slab.
Return
Oh,
the
so
slab. See, the hammer I got at an actual Lego store. Because they had one in the place we went to.
Let's just count our blessings.
We're what, 45 minutes away from Legoland?
Yeah, roughly.
Give or take.
Pretty sure we passed it our way.
Yeah,
We did.
same. I mean, I'm near Lego Discovery Center, which is different.
Yeah, Legoland in Goshen isn't far from us.
I could always just, like, take a day, go there, and see what's up. Like, I have the ability to do that, I just don't.
I mean, depending on things, I'd be game for meeting up with you there.
Yeah.
And hanging out. LanStar field trip.
That is true.
There are worse things we could
Field
plan to
trip.
do.
Yeah.
This is true. Like, we could plan to go to, like, Spencer's.
So it's funny, like, I went to Spencer's in the mall after not having been to Spencer's in a long time. And I remember as a kid, Spencer's was kind of like what Hot Topic is now. It's like, oh, we've got sort of like allegedly edgy gifts you can get your friends, but it's like, yeah, it's the cool shit and some joke gifts as well. I walk into it now and it's now like, oh, it's like all sex toys and bondage gear, huh? And not good ones either.
Maybe we got a store right by
Yeah,
the train station.
there's a Spencer's in the mall we went to.
Yeah, it's kind of
Exactly
just
all
like,
that stuff.
it's kind of just like how niches evolve. Like, Spencer's got edgier and edgier, and it's just like, you know what, let's go for that market, and then Hot Topic kind of took over the old, what niche that, like, Spencer's previously held. Kind of like how History Channel went from, like, we're gonna talk about history to we're going to do Pawn Stars all the time.
The aliens.
Aliens.
Would you like aliens with your aliens?
I mean, there is the UFO museum.
And the fact that UFOs are now confirmed to exist.
Again, I feel like that should have made a bigger splash in the news, but everyone's like, why do we care? Everything sucks.
Yeah, the reason they said it is because they know no one's gonna care at this point. And the ones that do care are the ones that want to fuck the aliens.
Yeah, good point.
The UFO museum was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big museum, but it's only like, what, $5 to get in? Something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Like, it's one of those things
What
where
you
it's...
have to... thing to me that you have to pay for is the fact that you have to pay to see Karl Marx's grave.
Huh.
Take that as you will.
That is some form of irony of some kind.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm reminded of a sketch from Mitchell and Webb. You might hate this sketch. You might hate this sketch. Basically the sketch is David Mitchell and Webb, whose first name I can't remember, are clearly like sitting at some desks and they're like working on stuff for the show. Where do you get that rubber, that eraser? Oh, I got it from the gift shop. Where? They have a gift shop? Yeah. Oh, huh. Where do you get that pen? I got it in Auschwitz. You got it where? Yeah, I got it at Auschwitz. I'm sorry, you did what? Yeah, you know, I was there and, you know, I felt like contributing to the museum, so I bought a pen. You're telling me they have a gift shop at Auschwitz? Look, it's not a big thing. It's not like they have a sausage stand and... Should we write a sketch about this? Absolutely not! And then they did anyway.
Yep.
Like
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, the discussion itself is what's funny, because they're acknowledging it without making it be like a tasteless... You could easily make a tasteless thing about gift shop at Auschwitz, but the fact that they're discussing how weird it is that there is one is what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I bet you don't activate until after I fight the Dahaka. Got it.
Interesting.
Let's see. Not much to upgrade with, so let's do this.
Could be Nasty's waiting anyway.
Aha. Hey, look.
One anal bead left!
He must be weak from losing his tail.
I too would be weak if someone ripped anal beads out of me.
Yeah. Looks plenty feisty to me.
He's bluffing to scare us off. Let's just go with that, alright? Come on, we can do this.
He looks more dragon than Bahamut.
Yeah. So we have an anal bead dragon, got it.
Yeah, just a bit.
Keep the enemy off balance.
That sounds like something from Chrono Cross.
So you see, his name is Dahaka.
Trying to remember what the dragons look like in Chrono Cross, and if any of them look like anal beads.
I know there's one with giant-ass wings. And I think there's one that looks like a frog.
Yeah, it was either the blue one or the green one that's kind of
I'm
frog-like.
going to assume the green one.
The red one, the actual red one, does at least look dragony, or like a dragonborn anyway. I will say that the Chrono Cross
Right,
dragons look more like dragons than the Breath of Fire 4 dragons. I have opinions on the designs of the dragons from Breath of Fire 4.
Yeah, same.
I kind of want to replay.
I'll take your word for it.
I kind of want to replay Breath of Fire 3 sometime.
Same.
BOF 1 and 2 are on the eventual to-do list. I don't know when we're doing them yet.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember them nearly as well as 3 or 4, so it's just like, I need to refresh myself on literally everything in those games.
Time for another approach.
Like, BOF 1 is definitely a first game. BOF 2, depending on the version you play, is better from a writing standpoint, and gameplay standpoint to an extent, but still not as good as 3 or 4.
Keep the enemy off balance.
Keep the enemy off balance. Rip out his anal beads again.
Danielle, is this where you learned some of your noises?
Time for another approach.
All of the Breath of Fire games have experimented with different fusion systems of, like, fusing different characters together. And I feel like none of them worked as well as they wanted. The weird thing is, like, the system where I think they got it the most right was the first one, and even then there are moments where it's just like, that's not as user-friendly as it could be. And, like, the fusion gene from Breath of Fire 3 was definitely gimmicky, and, like, sure, it's usable, but you have to do very specific things to use it right. And, like, the one in Breath of Fire 2, again, it's very easy to lose those fusions, even though you practically need some of them later in the game. The face of that thing reminds me of Titanosaurus. What's Titanosaurus? A lesser-known kaiju from the Godzilla continuity, Showa era. It had a fan for a tail.
Keep the enemy off balance.
Compared to some of the other monsters that have shown up in Godzilla, Titanosaurus is honestly a little underwhelming.
I mean, Godzilla is known for being kind of weird sometimes.
Have you heard me talk about the one cultural experience I did for a class?
I don't believe I have.
So for my World Food and Cultures class, I had to have 10 cultural experiences and write about them. The bar for what qualified as a cultural experience was very low. How low, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. There was one night...
Was seeing Godzilla part of the bar?
Well, seeing Godzilla wouldn't have qualified because I was familiar with Godzilla. So what I did instead, poured myself a glass of sake,
And so it ends.
put on Gamera, and marathoned like 3 Gamera movies while getting drunk. And like midway through the second one, my dad comes home from work, Hey, what are you doing? Cultural experience. Shit, really? Yeah. Mind if I join you? Nope. Port. Grab a beer, old man. After that, my mom gets home. What are you two doing? Dad turns to her. Cultural experience. No, you're not. Absolutely am. So after we finish watching like the third Gamera movie, and I have a couple of drinks in me, I go back upstairs, write up a slightly inebriated cultural comparison of Godzilla and Gamera, send it to my professor, go to class the next day. She's like, "That was very insightful. I loved it." I'm like, "Shit, the bar is really fucking low."
Nicely done.
Getting drunk and watching monster movies counts? What the hell is wrong with you?
I mean, I wish I could have done that for this one English project I had to do. Where we had to watch a movie and write about like disabilities and stuff. And I chose blindness. And I watched the movie Ray, about Ray Charles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was 2.5 hours of my life I'm never getting back. I was bored out of my mind for like 90% of the movie.
And like that's kind of where I went with that, because like Godzilla, the original Godzilla came out in what, 54, something like that. So the nuking was still very fresh in Japan's mind, and the whole thing was about like the dangers of unrestricted ambition towards weaponry. Like what happens when man's hubris gets the better of him. Gamera came out in the 60s, so it's another decade later, the wound's a little less fresh. And the theme of the first Gamera movie, which is still attempting to be a serious movie, is more hopeful. It's more like humans banding together there's no stopping what they can do. So, like, the first Gamera and the first Godzilla movies are both very tonally different, even though it's like, hey, there's a guy in a rubber suit as a reptile. And, of course, all the monsters in Gamera, like, if you think Godzilla monsters are weird, oh my god, Gamera's monsters are batshit crazy.
Did Mothra come from Godzilla or Gamera?
Mothra was Godzilla. It was a Toho property, as opposed to, Die something or other, I can't fucking remember. But yeah, Mothra, Rodan...
I Flaker Mouse.
Let's see here. Die, you stupid anal bead dragon.
Yeah, we were doing so well, and then suddenly he just, like, blasted us with all the status effects, and then a major attack that knocked me out.
You see, I'm not gonna make that joke. I was going to, and then I stopped myself. It was definitely about anal beads, Surat. It wasn't about moving too fast, but it was definitely about anal beads.
That makes sense.
I can't believe that a Final Fantasy game is the game that's making us make anal beads jokes.
I'm not that surprised.
It makes perfect sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
Or don't think about it.
Thank you.
Honestly, some things are easier when you don't think about them too hard. Vinio, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like that wasn't I couldn't even let that slide as like a getting hurt kind of noise. That was straight up moaning. Directly into my ears.
The anal beads were too mighty.
Clearly.
Thanks.
Damn it, there we go again.
No.
Here I go again on my own.
I'm curious to see how our Wednesday recording session goes. Because we're doing a specific thing in Octopath. Honestly, I'm more curious to see how you react to things after we do the thing.
Oh, is this a part that Surat hasn't gotten to?
Well, he knows what's coming immediately. He doesn't know what's coming after that.
I don't know what's happening either. You guys, it's probably gonna be fun.
And so yeah, we're doing a specific side mission, the side mission, arguably. Like this week's recording
The side
session.
mission of all time.
Yeah, this week's recording session. At the very least, we're doing the bonus boss. And then there's one last.
Hey.
There's one last story arc we have to do, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh well. So I think I mentioned to you guys before that I'm a fan of the Binding of Isaac game.
Yes.
So a couple days ago I was talking to V about how I like the game and stuff, and I play it on my phone because that's the only thing I can have it on that works. And I was saying they haven't updated this thing in 3 years. I don't think they're going to update it anymore. Next morning, they add all of the DLC just to prove me wrong. And obviously I immediately got it because now I can play on the same level as like the PC and console players. I just can't really do mods because that's like a PC thing, but
yeah.
Other than that, I now have access to everything that they do on my phone, which is it's made the game fun again. Well, more fun.
A friend of mine
Because
tried
now
to,
I've got new stuff to do.
a friend of mine tried to get me into the game, and I was like, yeah, it's okay, but it wasn't one that, like, I necessarily went out of my way to get.
I get that. It's a very specific type of game. Like, I like it because it gets my blood pumping.
Here comes Sass to save the day.
Yeah, let's see if changing up the strategy will help a little.
Let's get this over with.
Seeing Sass cast haste reminds me of something from 8-Bit Theater.
McGee.
Haste! 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 You're now moving so fast that you have become fossilized and have become petroleum. Wait, does haste actually work like that? No. But you have to admit my illusion was really cool, right?
Ah, I see. That's how that works. Okay.
Thanks.
Come on, then. Keep it together. It'll be okay. Eat this. Eat this.
Change in the play.
Solace is like, I'm gonna back away slowly.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes that can be the best option.
Yeah.
There's a giant anal beads monster here, and I don't want to be near it.
Yeah.
Full as ever.
And to be fair, he's like one of the few that actually has like distance firing.
Brain cells.
Yeah.
Changing gears. Tough times, huh?
And here's where we cast Aber's Reckoning 15 times. Wait, wrong game.
Yeah. To be fair, it looks like his health bar is dropping a lot faster than compared to last time. So.
Yeah.
Like, we almost got him at this point. And he's out of here.
Basically, throughout Octopath 2, I had one strategy. When it worked really well. When it didn't work, wasn't fun.
Ooh.
What did you pick up on all the prep for the secret boss?
Nice.
It's gonna be a hammer.
Limb from limb, okay.
Last we are free.
Which I think is one of the best attacks in the
Hunt down
game.
evil where it hides.
To shreds, you say?
To shreds, you
There's still
say.
more monsters like
To
that.
shreds, you say.
Sounds like it. Somewhere out there on Grand Pulse.
Gone just like that. Big hunk of rock, that thing sure can move.
Guess they're just doing what they can too. Trying to save the world.
Yeah, well, it's not all on them. Last time I checked, we are still in this fight.
Ereba's right down there then, isn't it?
Yep.
Ereba's
What's
reckoning.
it like?
Well, it's kind of small, but it's warm and green.
It's where she got all of her anal
Around
beads.
Alcides, flowers as far as you could see, huh?
You from here? Ain't so rosy, I'm sorry to say.
Corey's gonna kill so many
You
things.
want to wait here?
Yeah.
No.
Please be a crater. Please be a crater. Be a fucking crater.
It's all gone.
It's just cloudy. Oh no, it just
Trace of color.
is not there.
We're chasing shadows. This whole idea of losing our friends is hopeless.
There's gotta be a way.
Let's keep on looking. That's what we came here for.
Brings a
We all
question on
agree.
Tamara's
Now we're
outfit.
here.
It's really
I mean,
Sure. Anything is.
look, oh, it's like how the beads are placed in her character
There's no
design.
going back.
To remind you of anything,
I know that.
That could be this game's tagline. Does this remind you of anything?
Come on.
I love Saz's goofy ass run. Hup, hup, hup.
it is in fact very goofy.
Mission start! Mission complete?
Mission.
This one I want to at least get done because this one involves, you know, opening up that waypoint, which allows us to teleport to other ones that are like that.
This is gonna sting. It's gonna sting. It's gonna sting.
Really? We just ate Vanille.
Well then.
I can think of a number of people who would take Vanille.
This is gonna sting.
You can do it!
This is gonna sting.
Be careful!
This is gonna sting. This is gonna sting.
My bullet's mine! I can't remember if I've seen Equilibrium or not. Bless you. That sounded like a kitten.
Thank you.
Means it sounds like you, isn't that
No, I don't seem like a kitten. I seems like a dad. Seems like a dad would. Just loud.
Nom nom nom. Hit points.
You know that Barbie and Ken were based off real people?
I can believe it.
The creator named it after her kids. And Ken. Or Barbara and Ken.
Biblically accurate, Barbie.
Yes. They're brother and sister.
Ah.
The dolls, but the actual kids are.
Yeah.
Not like being Ken.
I feel like I know people who've tried to
Like-
base themselves off of Barbie and Ken.
Yeah.
I've met people like that,
Yeah.
but the guy Ken was named after is not. He does not like being known for that.
I can't blame him.
Yeah. I mean, I assume it's the same thing for, like, the girl who was the Wendy's girl was based off of.
Well, now she's like one of the major owners of the corporation.
Yeah.
Because she was Dave Thomas's daughter. Hell, I've seen her show up
Yeah.
in some of the ads. She's like, "Hi, I'm Wendy. I'm the
Yes.
girl on the sign." Yeah, I know. I don't look like that anymore. Shut up.
Yeah, she's like she's very like. If they pay me money, I'll do it. But other than that, I'm just gonna live my life.
Yeah. Which good way to be, really.
Yeah.
The girl who Barbie was based off of, I'm not 100% sure what's up with her, but Ken just does not like being Ken.
That's fair. Considering Ken is kind of basically a pretty boy. Not much upstairs.
Yeah.
I know the guy who played Biff Tannen. he had trouble after that, after the Back to the Future movies, because everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's Biff! You're an asshole!" And it turns out he's actually just a real sweetheart in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was what's his name? I think it's William Atherton. He's been in a couple of things. But one of the notable roles he played was in the first Ghostbuster movie. He was the EPA agent. For those of you who remember the first Ghostbusters movie, he's the guy who played Dickless over there. And so, like, anytime anyone sees him, it's true, Your Honor, that man has no dick. God damn it. Yeah, Walter Peck's the character's name, yeah. He's like, yeah, that role ruined my life. I maintain Wesley Crusher isn't necessarily terrible as a character concept. It's kind of odd given that Starfleet's a semi-military organization, but you know what, like, the eager young kid on this space mission and the idea of, like, the crews have families, there's something solid there. The execution, that's where it fell apart. Like, there were some genuinely good Wesley Crusher episodes, and Wesley Crusher got some good moments, but, like, even Will Wheaton acknowledges that, like, yeah, the character wasn't amazingly written, and they did way too much to shill him. Still, Will Wheaton seems like a cool guy, so... It's amazing he's as well-adjusted as he is, frankly, and I know he's battled with depression because people were sending him... Yeah! Spiner and Patrick Stewart at least could get away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could understand Will Wheaton getting tired of that meme. Although I do remember... See, so you know the song Captain's Wife's Lament, because I've shown it to you.
Yep.
There's a live version of it where Will Wheaton's along for the ride, so it ends up going like 20 minutes. And midway through the song, like, Will Wheaton just goes on this rant, and one of the singers just goes, "Shut up, Wesley." And the audience just goes nuts. The singer turns to the audience. I get to say that to him on stage, and it's my job!
Okay. Thanks for the gill.
Months.
Okay, so game, how am I supposed to get into the middle of that?
Jump.
Well, let me.
Fall with style.
I love that line from Toy Story. We're not flying, we're falling with style. These giant wheels remind me of something from Abduction. What's Abduction? We'll get there when we get there!
Well, if need be, I can always figure it out off screen.
If you count Abduction as a missed game, which is debatable for a lot of reasons, but if you count Abduction as a missed game, it is my favorite missed game. Yes, better than Riven. Like there are some specific puzzles in Abduction that are a little finicky, but that's not a bug necessarily, it's a feature. And unfortunately, I can't really go more into detail about that without spoiling some things. But like, you know how in missed games, like, a big part of the gameplay is, oh, we have to make these pathways to get into areas, and then we, like, make shortcuts to go back. In Abduction, there is actually, like, a plot reason for this being the case. For, like, why things are hard to navigate.
Navigation in general is hard sometimes.
Yeah, like, Riven is just kind of large and unwieldy, and at some points there's, like, not really a great idea of what to do next, and a couple of the Riven basically has two major puzzles, and they're both pretty obtuse, but they're cool how they're all integrated into the entire game. Abduction, like, again, the bits of it being difficult to navigate makes sense from a plot standpoint once you start realizing what's going on. Still, my favorite Abduction memory is when I got the game for Arcane Griffin, and again, she beat it in like a day and a half. Like, she devoured that game. I was hoping it would last her a month, and, like, she beat it quickly. But, like, at one point, she's playing it, and she messages me, "What the hell do I do with the evil box of doom?" And I think to myself, and I'm like, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure. What do you mean, the evil box of doom? Can you describe it? It's evil! It's fine, don't worry about it. Like an hour or two later, I just get another text message. Fuck! She got past the evil box of doom. Got it. Very good.
Two things I have to comment on. One, I just noticed those are pretty cool. Secondly, we were talking about Will Wheaton earlier, and I'm looking at a meme with Will Wheaton in it popped up. Is my phone listening to me again?
It could be.
So, again, when we get to abduction, we will get to the evil box of doom. But it's funny. It's really funny. Like, you will know it as soon as you see it, and you will just be like, oh.
I'm ready for anything.
Oh. No. No. Oh no.
$6,900.
Nice.
Nice.
There is actually, in Abduction, much like Myst 4, there is an alien number system you have to learn. Instead of being base 25, it's only base 4. And kind of... However, it's not as urgent to figure out how it works. You can... With like 2 exceptions, you can very much brute force things. Like, for several of the puzzles involving the alien number system, it basically is, oh, you just draw Andre the Giant's face, and it works. Yep.
Yep.
The elevator is literally a music box.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Let's see if maybe fixing the elevator will let me get in there. Probably not, but I could try it.
It's weird that the elevator's a music box. That feels like an unnecessary step, but what do I know? What am I, an engineer? An elevatorologist? Oh, I see a path open, I think. Left. Or maybe I'm stupid.
Like, those could easily be climb-upable, but no, game don't do that. Well, I could always look up what I have to do with that later. Or don't even worry about it.
Thank you, memes, for giving me terrifying information.
What have you learned?
Wolf spiders move their legs using hydraulic pressure.
This is true.
Scientists have made it so they can use the dead spider as a grabber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually why when spiders die, they kind of up.
someone put a tiny little controller on it and is making it move around and grab shit.
Me.
Morbid.
Zombies.
Let me. Do not shake the slippery tube.
That looks like an easier way to get where we're going.
Let's take it. Wouldn't want you to throw your back out climbing, old man.
You really are a charmer, aren't you?
Engage tube mode.
No, we really are shaking the slippery tube.
Oh god!
It's buzzing. Vanille, stop enjoying yourself.
I can't! I don't know who has the remote! Besides, we're in the snow. The buzzing keeps me warm.
Yes.
Lantern, I have a question. Who would win, Harley Quinn or Alfred?
According to the Harley Quinn show, Alfred, because he has a spray bottle.
Comic versions of both.
Depends on when you're talking. Alfred was like MI6. Granted, he's out of condition because he's old. But he has no compunction against just like grabbing his gun and straight up shooting somebody if they're a threat. And Harley's athletic, but she genuinely like isn't as athletic as any of the Bat family are necessarily. And she definitely is vulnerable to being shot in the face. So depending on circumstances, that could very easily go Alfred. Now, if Alfred doesn't have a gun handy, Harley's probably gonna win that, just because, again, Alfred's not necessarily in condition.
True. But we have seen him, like, be Batman before. Way to be Batman sometimes. Granted, he's not the best Batman pretender, but he still can pull it off.
Now I'm just reminded of the Chipmunks parody of Batman. Batmonk.
I don't remember this at all, and I feel like it's better that I don't.
I mean, obviously the best version of Batman is Urinach.
I mean, we also have Catman.
So, Catman is Catman.
Do you mean the one from Fairly Odd Parents, or the one from DC Comics who actually became badass eventually?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
I mean, it was voiced by Adam West.
You can do it!
This is gonna sting. How about this?
Die, vampire, die!
You don't belong in this world!
I mean, he shouldn't.
It's not by my hands that I'm once again
Are you
getting
excited
crushed.
for Nocturne Lantern?
Okay, so that's actually a complicated question. So I saw the trailer for it, and it's like, okay, we have Emo Richter, even though he's not really emo in Rondo or in Soten. So it's like we have Emo Richter,
Yeah.
and his mom's been killed by a generic vampire in the French Revolution. Whoop-de-doo-de-doo. But then they're announcing casting. And,
Which is ours.
they
All of them.
they mentioned that the generic vampire
Yeah.
is
Watch this
Olrox.
together.
At which point I'm like, oh.
One heck of a lot of places to hang
You're
out.
actually giving Olrox a plot, because that was something in Soten that got cut. In Soten, at one point, you fight a boss who is Olrox, and there's a specific part of Dracula's castle that's Olrox's quarters. And there was supposed to be dialogue, but because they ran out of space, time, and budget, they ended up just cutting the dialogue while leaving the boss fight in. So I'm like, okay, I'm curious to see how the TV show version of Olrox is going to fit into the greater Castlevania lore. Okay, Nocturne, you have my attention now.
You want to take a look around?
Nice.
We better. Gotta find something to help us lose these brands.
That's not the only reason we're here. You're finally home. Make the most of it.
Still need to watch the first Castlevania series with. I'm forgetting which Belmont it is.
Trevor. It's based very, 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 very loosely on Castlevania 3.
Yep.
Very. Very. Like, holy shit.
Yep.
Are those your eyes or your nipples?
It can be both.
I'm ready for anything.
You're gonna
I lactate when I'm weeping. That's a thing I just said.
Yes, it is.
Out of context, it's gonna be really weird later. I will say the writing in the...
Yeah, I was gonna say, that would probably should go in the super happy fun room.
I will say, like, the writing for the first Castlevania show can be a little hit or miss at times, especially once you get past the second season. Like, Season 3, I have opinions on. Season 4, I have opinions on, too, but,
Yeah.
I will say Malcolm McDowell covers a host of sins.
Yeah.
Like, the character Malcolm McDowell played is possibly my favorite character in all of the Castlevania show. Also, he feels like a Raven RPG character. He feels like a character we should have met in Smalls at some point. And the people who know the Castlevania show are like, wait, are you including? And my answer is yes. I am including that part of it.
Everything's different, but it's still home.
Oh my god, she has dumbest robot dog
Dog.
I've seen.
Okay. I was worried.
Looks more like a crab, but that is very clearly a dog.
He wanted to say goodbye.
He's not ready for the scrap heap just yet. Bit worse for wear, yeah. Nothing I can't fix. Just need to...
Cho says, you are a good dad to Vanille.
Ooh.
Okay. You're a good dad to Vanille. Can you find the remote and take the batteries out of it?
Why would he do that?
One, why would he do it? And two, could probably just make it stronger.
Okay, fine, I'll deal with you first.
Oh my god, we're being grabbed by the ghoulies.
I was gonna say they look kind of like Graveler. Or Geodude, I mean.
Geodude who's,
He lost an arm.
and doesn't want to be alive anymore.
Alright, that's one piece. Fine, I'll deal with Nipple Eyes again.
Again?
He's in the way of getting a piece for Bhakti.
That is... Why is that design? I mean, it might be based off that one Greek monster that I know of. Who's... If you know what it is, it's a thing. It's got eyes where the boobs are.
Their only regret is that they have bonitis. I love that joke from Futurama. That's actually partially where the Kaiser roll and ketchup joke originated from. It's the same episode. I'd gladly sell my stock for a sandwich. Sold! You fool! I would have settled for a hard roll with ketchup on it! Has my sandwich too appreciated in value? Once again, they conservative...
Oko-san's voice... Is Oko-san's voice just Zoidberg?
Yes, it is! And apparently it took Raven 2 years to figure that out.
I just figured that out! It's amazing.
Yeah, apparently Raven was annoyed when he finally realized it. He's like, wait a minute. God damn it! And like, he even asked Star, and she's like, yep. Yeah, so, like, when we were coming up with the voices originally for Hatoful, for several of the voices we were like, you know, I'm not sure what the correct voice is, so I'm just going to do definitively the incorrect voice, so like, Shu winds up sounding like Mickey Mouse. Oka-san sounds like Zoidberg, Nagaki was my Morgan Freeman impersonation.
Morgan Freeman.
Every time I narrate something, I get a new freckle. Let's see here.
Because Rocky did basically yawning.
Yes, I did my Thurston Howell voice. It's like, doing that at one point, like, I genuinely dislocated my jaw. I'm like, give me a minute.
Yeah. Ryota was just your regular voice.
Yeah, there was a reason for that.
Yeah. And V was on Hell.
V was on Hell, which was the correct decision. The unapologetically racist French bird was Sacre bleu! I am the French! You filthy mongrel!
Except when he wasn't.
Yeah, that was... And then, the last one, Spybird, was, he was just my ASMR voice.
Hey! You put that back.
Don't make me get the Morimoto cookbook.
You start doing that, I start doing the Crotia voice.
Oh no, it's...
Do it.
He's ready to poke me.
Consider, it would be funny.
Keep out of it.
Hatful is a surprisingly high bar for dating sims. Like, it shouldn't be, but it's an amazingly well-written game with surprisingly engaging characters. It's like, oh my god, let's get this game because we're fucking dating birds. This is gonna be a laugh. And then like, oh my god, I'm having feelings. Again, I remember when, the Lemon Light folks were streaming it, because I'm the one who got it through Jay and was like, you all should play this. Like, the Lemon Light folks were going through it, and like, Riley and Jay were like, oh my god, there's emotions in my birth dating sim, why?
Oh, you're finally getting serious there? Bear to get lasered.
Laser. Yeah, that's true.
Laser.
Like, Surratt was one of the ones who'd absolutely experienced the song.
Yeah.
Shoop da whoop. Things do tend to sting.
Especially if they have a stinger.
Wasps.
Yep.
And this is where we come full circle, folks. Wasps? I saw wasps once.
We get a lot of the mud dauber wasps around here.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because, again, we're right on a river.
Yep.
Oh god, when, Chonk McChonky. Yeah, when we were down at the zoo today, we're like, oh wow, it's not nearly as humid down here. Oh right, we're not on top of a river anymore.
Yep.
This is actually very refreshing. Like, I love our little town. Mm-hmm. The one downside is the sheer amount of humidity we get from being literally right on top of the Delaware River.
Yeah.
I mean,
welcome to life next to a river.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are other downsides, but like that's one of the big ones.
I get you. I also live near a river. Does this music sound vaguely near Automata-y?
A little bit.
I mean, considering, like, everything that Vanille and Fang knew and love is gone.
Plot twist: this game is just another near game.
Hey, you never know.
See, I only saw bits and bobs of Nier Automata because Griffin was showing it to me years ago. I maintain Nier Automata got robbed for not getting Game of the Year when Breath of the Wild did. Because I feel like Nier Automata did much more creative and interesting things. But anyway, one of the things I distinctly remember was her doing a specific side quest that was called, like, the Wise Machine or the Wise Robot or something. And so, like, she didn't know what was going to happen going in, I didn't know what was going to happen going in. It's like, oh, let's track down this robot.
I didn't know what was going to happen going in.
And, like...
Pain.
Yeah, like, we talked to the robot, it's like, okay, let's find him again. We talked to the robot. Oh, he's thinking about the world. We talked to him again at another place, and, like, we do this 5 times or however many times. And then he throws himself off a cliff because he can't handle the world, and we're like, both of us are just sitting there staring at the screen for like 5 minutes, going like, oh my fucking god, why?
That entire side quest is just... Nier
in general is full of emotional gut punches, and again, I haven't experienced the whole game. It was bits and bobs Griffin showed me.
Which is hilarious, considering that it's connected to the world of Drakengard.
Drakengard, I hear, is cat drugs.
It is.
Yeah. Really, like, the entire Drakengard series, I think it's Drakengard 3 that Nier comes from.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
It's either that or it's an alternate, one of the AU endings for Drakengard 1.
Yeah. It goes into Nier or Nier Replicant. I forget if those are separate games.
Ironically, I think the ending to Drakengard that goes into Nier is probably the most cat drugsy of them all. Where you and the dragon just magically get teleported to modern day Tokyo, and you gotta do a musical rhythm game, which involves you eventually getting shot down by a jet and the dragon being spiked on top of a building.
Ow. That sure is an ending.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this pile of raccoons that are moving around. See? Pile of raccoons.
Yes, it is. Not as much as the one video of the raccoons in the dumpster.
Now there's 4 of them.
Do I get to see the raccoons? I would like to see the raccoons.
Any way you can share that?
Maybe? Let's see here. That ain't it. Well, maybe. Share. Or link.
Yeah, that
Link
works.
copied, okay. Yep, ta.
Observe. And tangentially, I just said something that sounded similar to Rakuen. That I have yet to experience.
Rakuen is a beautiful game.
Look at the babies.
Okay, I guess not this direction. Good to know.
See? 4? So many babies in a small space.
Yep. Although to be fair, given the time frame right now, this might be a good stopping off point for now.
Alrighty. So to everyone who's made it out to the stream, including the raiders who showed up earlier, thank you for coming. If you like our content, there's more on the YouTube channel, StarPrincessHLC. We also show up several other places, such as our good friend Surat's channel, and Yorkshire Ravens channel, where we do LPs and various D&D things. Also, we have a Discord. The information for it's on both the Twitches and the YouTubes. Come check it out. We sometimes do movie nights and other things. And
Yes.
as always, thanks to Yowza for coming out to hang out with us.
Yep.
Thank you guys for having me. This is something I look forward to on my Sundays.
You're pretty much always welcome, but
Well, yeah. Plus, I'm always here for like. I might appear in some stuff in the future. Who knows?
oh yeah.
We've got some ideas.
Mhm.
I do like ideas.
Pain, Panga.
Anything else to advertise? I mean, I'd say go follow my Twitter, but Twitter's dying, so.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't really use my Twitter. I used it as like a motivational platform for 100 days and then stopped.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much of that advice was good advice, but it was advice.
I've seen worse.
Yeah. Anyways,
Thank you.
go subscribe to the YouTube channel, StarPrincessHLC, or throw us a follow here on Twitch
Yeah.
if you wanted.
If you don't, we won't
So
be
if you
deeply
have Twitch
offended.
Prime, if you have Twitch Prime, use it. Use it on these people. They deserve all the nice things.
But yes, as always, thanks to everyone for coming out,
Yep.
and we will see you next week for more of Summer of Square.
Yep, we're getting closer to the end, so definitely stay tuned.
Goodbye.
Goodbye
Bye.
and good luck.